Stop me if you've heard this one before. A man walks onto a stage to present a new game. Everyone loses their collective minds over it. Over the incoming months and years, we get small crumpets of information to keep us going. That's until the official trailer and the release date are revealed. Excitement reaches fever pitch. The countdown begins. Everyone is talking about it now. All the while, YouTubers are covering any single detail from any single source presented so far. The mainstream news even gets involved for some free clicks. That's until it's finally here. And it sucks. And everyone loses their minds again. But for a different reason. What I have just described is the phenomenon known as the hype train, or more specifically, the failed hype train, or just hype. If you've been around long enough, you've no doubt seen one or two of these hype trains over the years, or even fallen for it. I know I have a few times. But in essence, overhype is developers promising things only to underdeliver in the end.
Will you be able to play with your friends?
Yeah.
Is there a competitive element to this game?
Yeah, if you want that, yes.
Can you grief other players?
A little bit.
And the resulting blowback is due to us feeling lied to.
Inventory full.
Oh, for fuck's sake! You done fucked it up!
Developers, I'm sure, would like to deliver a quality product on time, but not the shareholders. They just want more money, and hype sells. That's why it's best to push the product out before the hype peters off. That's overhype in a nutshell. I won't go into the specifics as to why each happened, as the end result is the same. You feel like shit. I remember once, I was driving my sister home, and as we were stuck on a red light, I looked at her and said, I hope I don't die in the next 2 years, so I get to play Cyberpunk 2077. It got delayed 8 more months, but I wasn't deterred. In fact, I was relieved. After all, a delayed game is eventually good, but a rushed game is forever bad. And I truly believed Cyberpunk was going to be the best game ever made. In fact, I was so sure of this. I did something I have never done before for any video game. I pre-ordered it. Not only that, it was the 250 collector's edition. And when the game came out, me, I felt like a clown. 2 agonizing years and half a dozen patches later, it was finally at a point where I deemed it was good enough to actually play. And it was fine. Good even. But it was in no way the once-in-a-generation game I thought it was going to be. It didn't even do half of what The Witcher 3 did for me. Hype is a strange beast. If you're caught by it, you're blind to the signs. But once it's gone, you get to see something for what remains without it. And then you can truly decide if you like it or not. That's why I own 3 copies of Fable. Despite the overhype, I can truly say that I like it. But what about times where a game lives up to the hype, as rare as that is? I think it's genuinely incredible when that happens. There's nothing quite like seeing everyone getting behind a game together. It feels nice. Sure, Skyrim today is as common as dirt, but back in 2011, you could feel the excitement in the gaming community. But like I said, it's rare. I can only think of a handful of times it happened while I was a part of it. It's just so easy for something to go wrong during production. Leaders leaving, meddling suits, acts of God. That's why moments like these should be cherished. And I'm happy to see it's happening again with Hollow Knight Silk Song. It would have been so easy to miss the mark here, like so many before them. But not only did they not, they made sure to be as cool about it as possible, making it an affordable $20 when they could have made it for $40 or even more. You know, the AAA usual. In fact, they criticized them for it. Of course, it wasn't just the giants that noticed Silksong's presence, but other indie games as well, that had no choice but to push back release dates due to fear. But not only that, they were given flowers too, from peers. It's really special when things like this happen. But that's hype. Any personal thoughts on the subject would be appreciated. This video isn't over yet though. If there is such a thing as hype, then naturally there be hype men. Of course you have your Todd Howards and Peter Molyneuxs for you older guys, but the hype man I really want to focus on is the final boss of putting one's foot in their mouth. Randy Pitchford, who, as of the moment of writing this, is going through a shitstorm on Twitter. Most lesser hype men have one or two fumbles to their names.
Do you guys not have phones?
Yeah, you guys all have phones.
But this man is something special, as in any time he tries to speak, he ends up himself over. It's genuinely impressive. Most recently, you may have heard of a developer who implied that any true fan of Borderlands would buy it no matter the cost when asked if Borderlands 4 would cost $80. That was him. But he's done more than that. In 2014, he left a USB full of sensitive company information at a medieval times theme park. But not only did it contain company secrets, it contained borderline child pornography on it. When asked why, he answered that he was studying her performance because he thought it was similar to a magic trick. Yeah, of course. Wink, wink. But if I had to give my favorite example of one of his works, is that during the development of Aliens Colonial Marines, he kept referring to the gameplay shown in the demo as actual gameplay. But when the game came out, it wasn't. This led to Gearbox getting sued by Sega for lying, all because of his choice of words, and that's just hilarious to me. You may have wondered at this point, how is he still around at this point if he's such a liability? And it's a mystery. Connections? Maybe he knows a few dark secrets of the higher-ups? Maybe black magic? Maybe? Who knows? Whatever the case may be, gaming needs more scumbags like Randy Pitchford. Most developers hide behind carefully chosen words, but Randy here will tell you to your face that he hates you. We need such transparency from Suits. Think less slime, more grease. He makes things interesting, and maybe that's a strange form of reverse meta hype. Whatever the case, never retire, Andy, never retire. This has been Andy William Mackai. Mackai Lorien, out.